Yeah, okay, that's why you see.
Oh, yeah,
Okay, let's go.
skin.
Yeah, let's go.
I understand.
Based.
We're literally saying, well, it's the worst skin. He's SDing for the skin.
I don't think I've ever seen that skin. Just let you both know.
Genuinely, okay. I think I remember in a few Wi-Fi tournaments, I was in the Inkling Discord, and there was this one guy. I forgot his tag. It might have been like it wasn't Zednez, it was somebody else. He would pick that skin on FD to throw people off because, like, you know, the camo.
Yeah.
He do it on Lilac too.
Bro, you gotta think about what stage. You should get a chart up and then just get it so every Inkling color for a different stage and which one camouflages the most, and then you count the pick color every game.
It'd be light blue for Kalos, green for Yoshi's Story maybe.
Yeah, exactly.
The rabbit hole goes deep.
It makes it hard to see them as well, obviously, like when you ink them.
Yeah.
Alright, we're getting into the game now.
Shaneak just has to wait here. He has to like just wait for the wait to get those bears, and then maybe obviously like, you know, combo into the grab. You can't do it at 0, but if he gets a stray hit, he can obviously 2 combo into the grab, up air, maybe up air, nair bear. We'll see. Okay, so he got that stray hit. Now he can convert. Now he just has to wait for Peli to make a mistake. If Peli makes a mistake.
Yeah, you have to wait.
This is very Inkling versus Sonic neutral. I can't think of any other way to describe it.
I mean, yeah, you just got to space back arrow away from him. Sonic is definitely just trying to gain control of the situation. You just got to sit there and space out back arrow. You know, it works. So.
Yeah. Oh, interesting fact though about how Inkling can interact with Spin Dash is that at the very start, Blaster Shot can interrupt it.
Oh really? Just
Yeah,
even like a little flash?
The issue is they have to be right next to it, and obviously Sonic can just kind of cancel that.
How quick is Splash Shot?
Not
exact frame, but like.
sure.
Ooh, very nice.
Oh yeah,
Good damage coming out there. Talking about the conversion.
Yeah, again, if Inkling can get those grabs and if they can get those conversions, they're gonna do damage. It's just, can they get in?
Yeah, for sure.
Again, yeah, trying to get that Spin Dash. Unfortunately, not gonna work. Using the Splat Bomb maybe to like condition a run-in instead. But we'll see. Oh yeah, you always have to watch out for that.
Wow, weird. That was
That's
the
a
up.
classic.
Did it stage spike him right?
Yeah,
It
it was a stage spike.
That's it directly down. That was so janky.
I think Inkling up B is, it's not really like huge for the Inkling meta, but it's definitely a move that you should lab out if you're an Inkling player, because you can, like, for example, intentionally combo into up B. Not true, but like you can, like, you know, surprise game people with it.
Ooh, very nice. Predicting the mash out there.
This
is so much
huge.
damage
Yeah, this is
immediately.
huge. Peli's ink, he has to camp, otherwise he's taking like 1,000%.
Yeah.
Not literally, but you know.
Yeah, well, yeah. Impressive if he took 1,000%. He got to 1,000.
Inkling can
Great,
feel.
very impressed.
Yeah. Headline news, that pick him back up instantly, bro.
Yeah, it's one of the only cards probably can get to like that, right?
Yeah. Ooh, okay, yeah. Good follow-up. But again, if Peli gets just a little bit impatient, he's going to be taking a potential 40, if not 50. Shaneak is, again, one of the Inklings that has the strongest advantage state in the EU, alongside Frisky System and the others. So we'll just have to wait and see how this pans out. I think Shaneak might be starting up for the jab here, because again, it's such a powerful tool. Yep, there we go.
Exactly. He's calling out and it happens immediately.
I just know Inkling. I know Inkling too well. Maybe pushing for a bear here, just thinking like get extra damage, grab. This is a bad situation. Roller, okay. Interesting choice.
We saw earlier Peli did punish the start of Roller when he went for it, so maybe catching on to that, but you've got to be a bit careful, make sure that you're not conditioning yourself into getting an F smash to the face from Sonic. That's usually what I imagine.
Inkling can do a true combo from a jump throw into a jab, but the issue is with that is that obviously you have to grab, and I don't think you're grabbing Sonic like in this match.
It's very hard to grab Sonic. I mean, a lot of time you want to go in and do it, but it's just so hard to get in on spin dash and grab it, you know?
I think there's a reason why, like, you know, players like Cosmos have struggled against people like Wrath and people like Sonics, and it's mainly because like Inkling is just so reliant on, you know, the Sonic making a mistake, the Sonic, you know, overcommitting, and if the Sonic knows what they're doing, it can be very difficult. But Shaneak is still holding his own here. Props to him.
Yeah, very close game there. Basically completely even sets. The next person to land a big hit will be able to go into it.
Up throw, up air's impossible. Yeah, too much rage.
I think he tried it on the platform before as well and wasn't able to get it on the last shot, so definitely not able to get it now.
Yeah, like in my opinion, if you're over 70, like there's no chance as Inkling.
I can't believe he lived that, to be honest. True.
Again, how does Inkling seal the kill here? Did they get a roller? Did they get a stale bear? Could that kill? Unlikely, but we'll see.
It depends. We have to get him around the edge. And up will finish it off there for sure. And
yeah, I think that's straight spin dash, I believe.
Yeah, a lot of the time we're just seeing both of these characters are clearly know what the opponent wants to do and trying to punish that option, but it's so hard. So you're just seeing them both trying to punish either the start-up of Roller or the start-up of when he's trying to go and get the ink. And just like that, you see, he went for grenade, immediately runs in, dashes in and gets the kill. That's kind of what I mean. A lot of the time they're just looking for these small animations to start off and immediately punish.
Oh, and here we go.
Very
This
nice.
is damage. This is huge. 51, that's huge.
That's
Peli
great, especially early on.
has a little bit of ink as well. If Shaneak can somehow win neutral here. Okay, fair enough, fair enough.
Immediately answered back though. That net back air is so cool.
Oh, for the dead. Interesting.
Wow, this is huge. This is like a, on this one advantage thing, almost like 70%. Lovely spin dash there to make sure they can grab the recovery as
Peli
well.
going for a stage point of his own. Unfortunately, not gonna land there, but not a bad idea. Oh, yeah,
Very
that's gonna
nice,
catch your
very
jump there.
nice.
Fair play.
Yeah, no, definitely just conditioning there, but going for the up and making him jump and immediately just crashing down and going for the up. I've hardly ever seen that move killed, to be fair, actually.
Up smash, yeah, it's a rarity.
It's a weird ass move. I like it.
It's a bit like Steve's up smash, isn't it?
Yeah,
Almost,
yeah. Steve up smash has definitely killed me. That definitely
That's
kills
like-
me a lot more.
It's good right in front of him too, it's crazy.
Yeah, all of the DLC characters, when they got up smashes, they were like, yeah, let's put a hitbox in front of them that also scoops. Just because, you know,
Let's
come
give it to
on, gotta
Violet.
make
Let's give
sure.
it to Terry. Well, maybe not Terry, but
And
Violet. Sora, yeah.
Yeah! They were like, oh, we gotta make sure that they can do it. Or else people wouldn't pay $4.99.
Well, here we go. Shaneak counter-picking the Xenoblade music, I believe. I think they must be a big fan of the series. Maybe there's some music to get them stoked. We'll see. Let's see, if it's game 5, Weebly, which song are you picking?
It depends. I really like versus Meta Ridley a lot of the time. I don't know. It's really hard. I like all the Kingdom Hearts music now that it's in there. Big Kingdom Hearts fan. And a lot of the Tekken music's really good. Recently I've been choosing, oh my god, I can't remember the name. It's called like Vastia? And it's the Kingdom Hearts one. But oh my god, this edge guard is insane. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
talking about, he's on 94% already and he wasn't even really inked. That was just a lot of like back end there and just spacing them perfectly.
Shaneak just reading the right option and pushing advantage just as much as he needed to. Getting to 103. He's in up throw, up air range.
Yeah, definitely. He can just finish up the stock really early.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really a lovely swing of momentum.
He could do splash up to grab and maybe just finish it there. We'll see.
Going for a lot of these things where he walks him with roller and baits it away, but Peli's kind of aware of that. I don't think he's going to fall for it, but
Yeah, I feel like if Shaneak gets too much rage again, it's not an option, and he'll have to rely on the roller. He'll have to rely on the, ledge trapping. And obviously, Peli does mix up his ledge options insanely well, so that's going to be hard to land too.
I love these edge guards that Peli's go for, where he like jumps off and then hovers up just above the ledge and goes for the spin dash. It's so hard to deal with, especially if your character doesn't have like many options and it's just a vertical recovery like Inkling. It's so good at dealing with it, and it just makes it such a challenge to get back. And honestly, it's hard for him to make a mistake when he does that because it's a homing dash.
Oh, that's huge. He should have shielded the up and got the F smash, but you hate to see it again. Maybe that's just like something you forget about the Inkling matchup, Because again, you have 84 characters. You're not going to know the details of each one.
Damn.
Jesus
Damn.
Christ. I think she did tech that.
Damn. I don't know if I think he did tech it,
Yeah.
and then he immediately got the back air anyway.
Peli just prepared
Just
for
ready.
all situations. Again, this man labs, and it shows so well in his gameplay. Like,
Yes, edge guards on Sonic are so nice. You see a lot of Sonic just sit at the edge, they'll just jump up and go for a back air, or they'll read for like an F smash thing, which he does go for occasionally. But yeah, just knowing what you can push and go for, in these matches especially, when it's a lot close, and just getting that free edge guard all the time is huge.
here goes flat bomb ledge traps. Unfortunately, Peli just like knowing the right timing just to get off the ledge, and Shaneak. We know the situation. Inkling, your opponent's at 148. If you don't land the up air or the fair, how are you going to kill? Roll is too predictable, so what do you do?
It's so hard. You even need to get like a grab, a back air, really deep off stage. Like, there's not many options. It's definitely the one thing that they struggle with is going for the kill. They can rack up damage all day, every day, but the moment it comes to finishing off the kill, and even then they're still going to finish it off just there on 160 against Sonic.
Unsealed Bear, that's the Inkling classic, but unfortunately that's not going to do it. I'm getting shades of Zone versus Peli here, actually, except that Shaneak is arguably in a worse position because his character doesn't have, like, stray kill moves.
Yeah, just can't go for like a back air and immediately finish off. But
Up
speaking
air,
of,
I
every
guess.
time we're like, oh, what's he going to kill? Always going to do it with an up air, but that is the one move where you don't stay on too much and keep a lot of the initial not back. That's killed pretty early, but
It's a solid move, and sweet spot fair, I guess, is too committal. But up air is always like a solid option, and that's probably why Shaneak, opts for it so much.
yeah, pretty much. Ooh, wow, what is that move? Is that F-tilt?
Yeah, that was F tilt.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
a bit too strange, but it was good.
Very nice edge guard from that Peli here, and just playing with the lead that he's got now. He's got a whole stock lead to play with, and that means that when you're playing Sonic, that you can dictate the pace of the game a lot by just having this lead. But Shaneak's trying to answer back
Got
here.
the grab. This is huge. This is where the advantage comes in for Inkling. The
That's great.
Wait, the roll up.
Ooh, that's
Okay, good
huge.
combo. And then if he can get a roll read, maybe. Okay.
I mean, you have to go with something.
Again, to be honest, rolls are quite predictable, and ledge jumps are probably the best option to Smash Ultimate.
Yeah, I say that all the time. Everyone's like, I jump way too often. Every time I'm like, yeah, but I like jumping. There's a lot of options from jumping. And it's like, yeah, but you need to make it not so obvious a lot of the time. And Elliot well aware of that, not going for falling frame. The forward air back there, but it's so hard to, push someone away. That's such a Sonic who's got such great recovery and movement.
No doubt, no doubt. And again, if Shaneak gets the edge guard here, tries to go for like a re-grab there. That's unfortunately not gonna pan out, but
This is so close.
Scramble situations. Again, Shaneak has to get the kill. Roll the flanks. You hate to see it. But ultimate up might do it. Okay, fair enough.
I don't think I think it's two. I think it's that way.
Oh yeah, maybe 133. No chance.
Trying to keep stage control here.
Peli playing this really well because he knows Shaneak wants the kill. And look at the time, 2:39. I didn't even notice.
I mean, exactly. Time goes by so quick when you're concentrating on the screen too. It always feels like Sonic's putting on pressure, even if he is. Very nice tag there. His back throw should kill.
This is last off, and it's best of 3, by the way. So this is still very winnable. Best of 5. Okay, thank God.
It's not best of 5.
My heart was like racing there, but still, okay. We have a lot more games to see, and the dynamic is quite interesting. So we'll see who closes this out. How important do you think this game is for momentum, though?
I feel like because both, it all depends on how close. I think already this is kind of okay. If I was in thought, because the extent of you're not favored when you go immediately. And the first game, ended a bit rough, but the second game also being close. And if the first game hadn't been, I'm almost exactly even percent set. And if the first game hadn't SC'd as well, that would have been close as well. So it feels like as long as you can keep the good momentum going to the third and don't get tilted at all, then it feels like either way is fine here. The momentum is not so important. It all comes down to the next game, obviously. Obviously, keeping the momentum is exactly what you want.
Peli, an excellent player, holding his momentum and labbing his setups. But you gotta give credit to Shaneak. I mean, his mental fortitude to be consistently playing, not fishing too hard. Despite 1 minute being left on the timer, he's doing really well.
Yeah, just look at, still knowing what he's looking for and going for his punishments from the start of the spin dash if he can get them. Even at 5% where he's risking dying. Just like this maybe, and but okay, he is going to close out that game.
Fortunately, no kind of DI where there was a Mogus or crewmate was going to save you there.
No. He is gone, ejected. So interesting to see. I wonder, as I mentioned, the games both so far have been pretty close in regards to things, but and we're seeing a lot of the time it's not one person gaining control for a long period of time. A lot of the time it's just Sonic trying to play his game and Shaneak trying to punish that and go for the start for a lot of his moves. It's hard for me to recommend really what he can do more. It's kind of just really down to reading Peli's options all the time, which is really hard to do. Especially when we'll see how well Peli is edge guarding and going for those edge guards with the spin dash and the back air. It just means that it's so hard when you've got someone getting this consistent kill confirms, and it's hard to kill with Inkling kill confirms, is what we're talking about. Struggling to find a kill a lot of the time is what we're mentioning, where it's like they just get a hit here and it ends it. It's so hard. And even just Sonic back air has been that really Peli, where almost every time he's been getting back air or up air, finishing stocks 120, sometimes he lets it trickle out, only if he's in control most of the time, but that edge we've been seeing him get a lot of consistent kills at 80, 90, 100 just on his back air.
Again, he knows his character, and I think in Ultimate, again, there is nothing more valuable than understanding what your character does and, just knowing most of your setups. And again, I wouldn't be surprised if any, the vital reviews of Ken and the other Sonics in the US.
Yeah, for sure. Even just nice little edge guarding there, just reading the jump out, not going for anything too greedy, making sure that we can just keep control of the stage and control of the game, and nice punish there. Looking very dangerous now.
Absolutely. Those upbeats to stage might get punished last stock. I'm not sure if Peli's saving that ring, but we'll see.
It's kind of hard whether to
recommend. That's your start. If you get hit by late nair, you're dead.
Immediately jumps to up smash with that percent as well. I'm saying it, I don't know whether I'd recommend even going for deeper edge guards against Sonic or not. It feels like Peli's been so on point with these spin dashes that I wouldn't even want to risk it, maybe, but
because he's so well practiced, I wouldn't be surprised if he could do maybe a wall jump there or something to reversal you. I guess it might be worth going for, honestly, if it's you're on your last game. You might as well bring out a trick that you haven't used it,
Yeah, might as well go all out and try and go for a bit aggressive here. And that's just not going to finish it off, unfortunately. We're going to see Peli about this 114 mark again. We've seen him out so consistent. We'll see if this time he can finish off the kill. And make this game a bit closer.
And unfortunately, Sonic is now out of range for up air, so Shaneak does have to go for maybe those up airs again. And the wasted ink, you hate to see it. He's gonna have to commit and go for the ink recharge, and Peli's gonna be ready with that spin dash.
Yeah, immediately is what we're seeing. He doesn't let him get that. Whereas some opponents would like sit on the inside of the stage and be like, yeah, go on, do it. Or like not have the immediate punish. Every time one of these goes for one of his long charge option, the other one is ready. And speaking of, Peli being ready with his edge guard here, going off and
Great DI from Shaneak. Let's see if he can make it back. And here we go. Peli's ledge mix-ups. Can you escape? Okay, barely. The up air, yeah.
that's the up air again.
And the up air is so valuable in this matchup. I didn't think it would be.
Yeah, a lot of the time it's because we're seeing a lot of the time Peli just jumping up and going and jumping over to try and get over these rollers that he's coming out, these low back airs. And a lot of the time that means that he's up above you. You don't have many other options up above you as Inkling, apart from up air, obviously. And when you're looking for the kills and you're conditioning him to jumping a lot, I can see why it's landing a lot of the kills.
But here we are, potentially moving on to Shaneak trying to start. We'll see if we can pull up a miracle here.
Very difficult to get back to stage. Ooh, but lovely little forward out there. I mean, he can land safely and get back some stage control.
Peli wisely knowing that he was far away enough to not get hit by tech chase roller, so doing the the neutral tech and resetting it. Shaneak got 155. Any move will kill him now.
A lot of these characters just don't really want to commit the roller coming in. It's so hard to land roller on something we talked about earlier. If he does land with him, maybe it could be a kill early, which is maybe what we've seen. I don't think I've seen him get an early kill in this game, really, beyond like 70-80%. I don't think I've seen him kills around that area. The up throw up head just not going to land.
Too much rage. But
that is an early kill that we need to see though, and that definitely will help. The rage is definitely a big factor there going on.
Now,
but
things are different. If Shaneak can hold the stage, Peli will have to approach him, and that shifts the matchup. That's what made just Inkling probably win, if you ask me.
you're seeing splatter shot there, if you're mentioning interrupting spin dash, and this is the first time we've seen in the game, really, like, great control of it. Even getting the extra 50% is still great, especially when he's still Inkling as well, going to have to play a bit passive.
And this is huge. Getting hit by that splat bomb already. Shaneak has such a strong position in this game. Even though the time's at 3 minutes 12, if you ask me, Shaneak has an insane lead right now. That's another splat bomb. That could be it. I genuinely think that could be it.
We'll see if we can get this edge guard here. As we've seen before, he has struggled to get the kill a lot of the time against Peli. So I think that'll be the contributing factor here. See if he can just land this final hit that, has eluded him a lot of this sometimes.
With that much ink, a straight hit, like a bear could even do like 15.
Almost up there again, taking it, but just not. The next one maybe will.
I think Shaneak's really going to be starting up for those up airs now, or even the bear. Yeah, bear's going to kill.
So close to killing.
Inkling is officially Ganon. Inkling is Ganon now.
These are so close to killing, but just not enough yet. 159 on the Sonic. Straight up and maybe a straight back egg looking to land, but Peli looking to get in with the spin dash.
Has to commit, even though he has 2 minutes on the clock. He's at 169. Shaneak
Ooh, yes, that is going to close that out. The grenade and back egg creating enough pressure there to get a nice edge guard up and take a game and swing momentum in the favor.
Amazing stuff. We are in a game 5 situation again.
It's
game 4.
Yeah, game 4.
I'm not on top of things today. But, again, fantastic gameplay coming out from both these players, and I'm looking forward to seeing the next game. Heading back to the battlefield, interestingly enough.
We've been on Battlefield every game. We have, right? Like, this set.
Yeah, I think so. I thought Peli would go for the counter pick, but I guess it is, oh, they did go PS2 that one time.
Oh, they did go PS2, yeah.
But, I guess Peli just finds comfort in those triplets, and it makes sense. You're playing Sonic, you're gonna be able to pop from flat to flat, just kind of get that room if you need it.
I mean, you're seeing how much you make use of it as well by even just using the spin dash and landing on the platform with the spin dash to cover more area. So I'm using that kind of stuff earlier, so maybe using that tech can be useful on these kind of stages.
Oh, here we go. He hates Shadow. Go to music choice.
He hates Shadow. Yeah, you bang it. Go on the tech on myself there. Almost like Moonlight Castle or something like that. Moonlit Castle. That's another one to bang. Alright, so getting into game 4 here. Able to get a game. See if you can keep this momentum going and keep his winner's life alive.
Absolutely fitting for a game 4 if you ask me. Perfect OST. Let's see what these players can do.
Alright, Peli once again gets some early damage. It's just quite a lot. See Peli get the early lead. We're just seeing if going to reset the neutral here, so he can get some control.
An interesting mix-up that Inklings can do when somebody's standing by ledge is water splat bomb. It's not used quite often because again it's quite committal, but if your opponent isn't prepared, it could be huge. Like that could have been
almost
huge.
Yeah, Jesus, the up B almost killing it. And Peli being unrelenting here, not giving any space to
Oh
get
my
away.
god, Shaneak trying to
Wow.
push him into the splat bomb, but unfortunately, Peli just too controlled.
Yeah, and this lead here, as we were talking about earlier, Sonic with a huge lead early on is so dangerous. Because if he wants to play it slow, he can play it slow. We are seeing Peli be quite aggressive here, to be honest, going for all his options, running into Shaneak a lot, but not even choosing options like walking with him, making him feel pressure, getting into the ledge so that he can keep this control, and these ledge traps that he's been doing so well on.
He's definitely playing way better around splat bomb now than he was last game, if you ask me. Man, the song is so good. I'm so glad Halsey's in this game.
It's the best reason to come to this game, the Tekken music is bang.
Genuinely. Have you heard that song called Kitsch or whatever? It's like it begins with a K. I don't know if I pronounced that right. It's like KITSCH. It's amazing. It's from Tekken 4. Listen to it sometime.
I don't think I have. I'll listen to it when I'm home.
Yeah, it's from the beach stage. It's like amazing.
Oh, I've only played Tekken 7 and Tekken 6.
Ah, fair enough, fair enough.
Banging it.
Oh yeah, it's an amazing series. Definitely look into it when Tekken 8 eventually drops.
Yeah, sure, eventually.
Yeah. I think Heihachi's gonna stay there.
Seeing though, Peli able to keep this lead mostly, even getting on 86% extra credit is huge here. Shaneak kind of maybe panicking, go for the up smash there.
I think it would have been better to go for the up air since it would have been a bit less committal. And this is looking pretty good for Peli.
Yeah, Peli definitely, once again, as I mentioned before, every stock I feel like I see him end is with a back air or an up air. And having lovely, it's not even just that, but he always has really nice setups into those back airs and up airs. It's always different as well, man. You just get these little hits to confirm into these nice little sweet spots so you can go for these confirmed kills. And the up smash is still not killing at 130.
Inkling, not a character really renowned for their killing, but the bear is gonna do it if you're off stage.
Yeah, bear at 140 will finally take the stock, and it's a tall order to ask, but definitely doable for him to come back into this game. He can pile on some things and get some big damage in, but it will require a lot of work, especially against Peli Sonic.
Oh, could it be huge? Oh, just barely misplacing that bear. Could have got a follow-up into a grab, but still, 52 is respectable.
And I think it was because Peli didn't mash. On the previous time when he did that, Peli did mash immediately, and he did get the follow-up. But this time it seems like Peli didn't mash or as much or as well, so he wasn't able to get the read that he wanted.
Good mix-up, good mix-up. Oh, I think Peli was scouting up the F-smash there, but Shaneak just like barely, just like dashing back and forth to stay out of that range. And the jab, this could be big if Shaneak gets another hit within the next 10 seconds. There we go, up air, 86. I think he might be in throw up air range. If Shaneak gets one more hit.
You can close off this stock very soon if you want to have any chance of getting it. Keeping your winners alive can be.
At 3 minutes 33 too.
Yeah, no, for sure. This game has been going pretty quickly, as I mentioned already.
Yeah.
Peli's playing quite aggressive in this game, in my opinion, and he's going out and knows that he has this lead to play with. Sorry, not giving up too much. We can see here, not wanting to commit anything. Oh, okay,
Like,
the roller going to be able to do it there, and that will kill.
Like, in my opinion, something about Peli's sets, if I could describe them in one way, it's like, if I could describe his timeouts, it'd be like silent but deadly. Like,
Yeah.
you never really see him coming. They're like a really subtle fart, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, for sure. For sure, yeah.
But, Peli, definitely not
Okay,
dropping.
huge ink hit. This could be huge. He can keep up his combo going. Maybe just finish off the stock. Seeing already fully covered in ink. Peli feeling a bit under pressure here. Not being as clean with the spin dashes either. Able to get a lot of damage on. Another roller into would finish it off here if he can manage to land one.
No doubt. And I feel like the roller might be too tomato. Peli might be scouting that out. So we'll see if Peli goes for it, but I'm not sure if.
Okay,
I don't know.
this is so tense right now.
He goes for it, my bad. Fine, not roller. Okay, this is huge.
Again, almost going in. Imagine just keeping stage controller is so huge. Imagine to keep that ink up and making sure that you throw out these bombs. And the bombs just allow for an approach path for Inkling to follow almost to get in. Of course, Sonic can do something who usually have control of the stage. That bomb as a folder will allow that.
Yeah, again, like, Peli knows that Shaneak will be scouting up for that roller at this kind of percentage because, again, it's your most reliable way to kill. But it's not
very
your
nice black
safest.
grenade there. I mean, he can get back in stage control.
Oh.
Able to punish that just, only the first hit.
Invincibility from the spring.
Yeah, only the first hit, okay, landing. Very close game now.
this interaction would mean everything. Okay.
Just the doing nothing is so
There we
that,
go,
that
that's
should
it,
finish it
yeah.
off, and that roller on the ledge there will mean
Goes up
that
to Shaneak.
we're going to a game 5 there, bringing that back from almost like a whole stock deficit and a half. Very big if we get what Inkling can do if you land all that in to get a big combo. Immediately got like 70% into a roll, into a kill. And immediately that lead that Peli had this one. So we'll have to see if you can keep that momentum going as well. Which is talking about momentum earlier is especially big when you're 2-0 in and down and feel so bad. But the moment you feel 2-2, you honestly you feel so confident in that sense because you're like, okay, well if I'm 1-2, I'm in the lead now. I've got the momentum going. I am in control. We'll have to see if we can keep that going.
Agreed. And again, like, for Shaneak to even bring it back after that first half, again, as we saw, he was kind of getting he was getting bumped in that first half. But again, he brought it back, and I feel like the momentum is absolutely in his favor, as you were saying.
Just seeing them run back to Battlefield, interesting stations. I do definitely think that I can see why both characters want to choose this. A lot of time we're seeing Sonic run about, do the spin dash stuff, land on top platform, and just have the extra space for that. Roller's going to land, not able to get a follow-up.
Unfortunate. Again, Shaneak can push his advantage a bit better with those platforms, but we'll see if it pays off. Again, they did well last game, but we'll see if he can, keep that going. And when neutral moves, he can obviously access that advantage state for the rest of this game.
These raw, grenades into Sonic dashing at you and just getting the timing where he's this close in front of you and throwing it is so tight. And it's becoming a very important part of the set. It seems like one of the only ways that Shaneak's able to deal with a lot of Peli's approaches, either using flat shot like you mentioned earlier, or the bomb, but they're still so risky.
It has to be muscle memory. Again, when you're playing, I feel like at this kind of with this kind of stakes, and when a move like that and a mix-up like that is so important, you need to be on point with it. And I feel like Shaneak's just kind of gotten used to it throughout the duration of it.
Yeah, definitely becoming a little more comfortable in the matching with his players and understanding what he's got to do to maybe take it into the
Even
game.
percentages.
Yeah, even percentages. Inkling imagine keep good income, going for the roller, they're going to be shielded but no punish. A lot of these characters moving so quickly. Sonic just using all the space that he's got, the platform cancel and cancel and spin dash to...
It was the commitment on the flat bomb and the Amogus DI. I hate to see it.
That was a little bit sus DI.
Sussy was the
died
DI.
at 70 or something, and the roller there is maybe seemed just a little bit nerves coming creeping through in this final game.
And Peli, now he's pushing that lead. It's what you gotta do. Shaneak has to find his back foot here.
Going for the down smash there. Just look a little greedy for the kill for himself. It looks like he's never going to hit up smash as well. Go for the up air. Looking like he definitely wants to finish off this stock soon. Can't get a little momentum and get too much into Peli's favour, as I said before so many times. Sonic on the lead is so hard to deal with, especially when he's on Battlefield and has all the space to work with.
I think Shaneak could get up through up air here, on a flat maybe, and it could kill. But again, it's that same old story. Can you catch Peli slipping in neutral? And when he has this much of a lead, I feel like he's really gonna play non-committal and just wait for you to again make a mistake and then hit you for trying to punish him.
Yeah, which is saying, 4 times in a row spin dash, right? You don't need to do anything else. If you can spin dash and keep it on the shield and space it right, Shaneak doesn't have another option. 6 spin dash in a row, able to punish and get the up air, but means it won't be able to land. But that's what I mean. If someone's able to do the same option 6-7 times in a row and land it every time and be safe away, you got hand them just from being able to consistently space it and get the execution off in that way.
Agreed. And can we just highlight that interaction of Peli just spin dashing over the roller?
Oh, I didn't see that.
That was crazy. Because again, it just shows how used he is to this matchup. Maybe it's his practice with Aperture and the other Inklings, but for him to actually get that spacing down and avoid losing his stock is ridiculous, if you ask me.
Yeah, it feels like such a big hassle. I feel like we haven't said the same thing about Peli struggling to find kills as we have with which I think is just the big factor in this match. Yeah. We're seeing the difference there. Regardless of just character choice or player alone, we're seeing Peli always land his consistent options. Well, finally we're able to see the Peli lose his first stock. We did see last game Shaneak was at this kind of deficit before and was able to come back. So we're interested to see if again that splat shot with the Ink is going to be a good start.
Again, if he nails him with a bear, then this is still huge. He gets his damage. That's going to be good. Wise choice using the upbeat spring to escape that combo.
Nice. The splat shot there, like you said earlier, it's risky, but if you can use it close and he's in front of you, then...
Ooh, the over extension!
Yeah, you can see why he wants to go for it, right? Gotta keep the pressure on, gotta keep this damage on. You don't want to be kept in disadvantage too long, but Peli is of course aware of that, and he's gonna make sure every time you're greedy, he's gonna be greedier and make sure to get you.
Again, that's quite literally just a character. Inkling needs those kills, and Sonic is waiting for you to need those kills.
Yeah, exactly.
At a core level. And here we are again. Peli can just play this as patiently as he wants, racking up this damage. 51-59. And Shaneak, with 2 minutes left on the clock, he brought it back last time, but I still think this is a very bad position.
Oh, this is definitely a very bad position. It's a tall order to bring it back. It's definitely possible, but very difficult, especially when Peli has the time advantage and the stock advantage. And also, even lapping in stocks now, it'll be very difficult to bring it back, especially as we've seen Shaneak struggling with the kills before. Unless he lands like an early roller or smash, it'll be hard to imagine him closing off the stock for 50% or so. Up air into up air, not quite going to land. And we're seeing all this time, Shaneak just has to chase Peli around the stage. Peli is just playing everything in his way, making sure that you can fall onto the edge and you can land and get those spin dash into back air. You've just got to chase because you don't have an option. If you just leave him, then he's just going to pressure your shield and you're not going to get anything.
Here we are, Peli is platform camping. I've noticed it. Here we are. Well, I mean, it's a given. You get 2 minutes left on the clock, and it's game 5, and it's last stock. You need to do what you need to do.
I mean, this is literally what I was saying, right? You need to force it. Like clearly we're seeing that Shaneak has been struggling to land these final kills here. It's so hard to land these hits onto Sonic, and if you keep going for them, eventually, like, your opponent's going to not be as clean with their execution, and Peli's going to be back there and just land a back air like that every time, consistent.
Again, one of Inkling's most understated weaknesses is platform camping. Again, the